So today, guys, actually we're gonna pass to lesson 2 in the same chapter. We're still in chapter 12. We're talking about the chemical reaction. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about, so in the first section, who can remind me what we studied in the first section or the first lesson? Who can tell me what we studied in the first lesson? Yes, Hana Drogan.
What is physical and chemical reaction?
So what difference between physical and chemical change? Good. What else? Yes, Hana Hamdi.
Chemical equations.
Yes.
And how to organize them.
How to balance them. Yes. Okay. Yeah, good. Okay. So chemical equation. How chemical equation describe a chemical reaction and how we could balance it. Okay. What else? Yes, Reem.
Science of chemical
Science of chemical reactions. How could we know that the chemical reaction has already happened or not? Okay, by observing some changes. Good. What else? We studied the steps of the chemical reaction, and we said whatever the chemical reaction, it must pass by some steps. Who can remind me what are the steps of the chemical reaction? Yes, Maya.
Mister, can you please repeat the question?
What are the steps of any chemical reaction? We said any chemical reaction passed by 3 steps, which are
the reactants and the products.
no reactants, products. They are the parts of the chemical equation. We said what the kind or what happens in the reactants to produce the products. First, all bonds are bonds are broken, atoms and separate and set free. Then yes, Judy, continue.
They then come together again.
They were rearranged.
Yes, and then they form a new bond.
And forming new bond. So that's what we studied in lesson 1. Actually, okay, we know all that. So today we're gonna pass to lesson 2, which is somehow is related to lesson 1 and based on the lesson 1. So we call types of chemical reaction. Of course, we have a lot of elements and a lot of chemical compounds and many chemicals, okay, surround us, whatever, even in our daily life and even in labs and so on. So which means we have hundreds, thousands, okay, or maybe more different chemical reactions that could happen. So we cannot just study each chemical reaction, okay, by we just categorize them or we just classify them into types based on the pattern which they follow or the steps which they are gonna do or comparing reactants to the products. So let's start here, guys. So we said that types of chemical reaction. By the end of that lesson, we should be able to know how can you recognize the type of a chemical reaction by the number of and the type of reactants and products. So simply, we are gonna know certain patterns by comparing the reactants to the products. So we could decide this kind of reaction or this reaction belong to which kind. What are different types of chemical reaction? So we have actually new vocabulary, synthesis. Anyone remember what the word synthesis mean? It equal to the meaning. What the meaning of synthesis equal to? Yes, Hana Hamdi.
When two things become one.
Yep, synthesis, creation, making, building. Okay, all this is the same okay word. So synthesis, it's show that smaller things they're gonna combine to build up one big thing. Good. Decomposition. Anyone know what the meaning of decomposition? Just in English. Decomposition, what does it mean? Yes, Maya?
To be broken down, yeah.
Yeah, breaking down, which give a hint that this reaction, a certain substance is gonna break down into smaller ones. Okay, so good. Single replacement. What the meaning by replacement? Who can tell me? Replacement in English, what does it mean? Okay, Stream.
يعني element replaces another element.
Yo, an element replacing. Good, brilliant. Actually, you describe it well. Okay, single replacement, an element replaces another element, or we can say it's kind of substitution. One is gonna substitute the other. Okay, take its position, takes its place. Good. Then we have double replacement. What do you think about double replacement? Yes, Nano.
It replaces itself 2 times أو
Yeah.
يعني something replaces 2 times.
Or two things replace each others. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So like that. Okay. So finally, combustion. Combustion. Actually, anyone have an idea what the meaning of combustion? Do you know in English what the word combustion means? So combustion actually means burning. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this. So to clarify the idea or to make it easier for you, just watch the next video, and I want just you in your own words tell me what happens in each type of a chemical reaction. So the next video will present you the differences between different types of chemical reaction, and I just need you to give me what is the idea. Okay, guys, are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
So let's start here. Guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's start to, okay, summarize what we said. We start by synthesis reaction. So here we said that what is a synthesis reaction, guys? What do you think? What is synthesis reaction? What happens? Who can tell me regarding to what you watched? Okay. So what about the others? Let's share, guys, what you understood from the video. Synthesis reaction, if we could just say what happened. This Hana Hamdi. Hana Hamdi, can you hear me? Okay, Yusuf.
It is when two atoms or reactants combine to be a one يعني to be
One
a
product.
one yes, a new
Good.
product.
So good here. So the word is very clear. So, but don't say atom, we say reactants because maybe more than atom. So here, and we are gonna find intense reactions to the reaction where two different substances, or we can say two different reactants, they are gonna combine. So the synthesis means combination. Okay, that will produce one new product. Okay, so here we are gonna find the first type is synthesis. We said the type of reaction in which two or more substances combine to form one product or one compound. That's what you already figured by your own. For example, here when we find that sodium reacts with chlorine producing sodium chloride, when hydrogen reacts with oxygen producing water, when water combines with sulfur trioxide to produce sulfuric acid, and so on. Okay, when magnesium combined with oxygen to produce magnesium oxide. All these are examples. So whatever the chemical equation that you could observe that we have two or more reactants and one product only. So we figure out this is a synthesis reaction. So that the pattern which the synthesis reaction follow. Two or more reactants providing or just yields one product only. So like this, that is a synthesis reaction. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that means in exam or in quiz or whatever, you may give a chemical equation and ask you what the kind of that chemical reaction. So by looking at the equation, I could find what the kind of chemical reaction. How? If the chemical equation represents two or more reactants, just yields to one product, so it's synthesis, of course. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear,
Yes.
guys? Yep. Okay. So here, let's find. Sorry, guys. So let's find the next one. So the second one is decomposition. So who can tell me what's decomposition, guys? Yes, Ali?
When one compound
Yep.
separates into like two substances.
Yeah, good. When one chemical substance, one compound is gonna break down or separate into smaller chemical substances or into elements or even smaller compounds. So that is a decomposition reaction, okay? So let's see that here in decomposition reaction, one compound breaks down to forms two or more substances, okay? So actually here we find that we have one reactant, this reactant yields or it's gonna break down into two products, okay? Like for example, when calcium carbonate breaks down into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, once water is going to be broken down by electricity into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, when potassium chloride breaks down into potassium chloride plus oxygen gas, when the hydrogen peroxide breaks down into water and oxygen. Okay, so let's here present. So the idea that we find decomposition actually considered to be the opposite of, who can tell me? Yes, synthesis is good. Okay, so we could clearly represent that Decomposition is completely the opposite of synthesis. Synthesis, two substances are gonna combine to produce one product, while decomposition, one substance is gonna break down to produce two or more products. So whatever, as you could find a chemical equation that represents that by one reactant before the arrow that yields to two or more products after the arrow. So we could say that is a decomposition reaction. Any hard question here, guys?
No, thank
No.
Did you find it hard?
No.
I think it's easy. Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So then we pass to the
Mr.
third.
Did you call me?
No. Okay. I call you so
Did you
from a
call
while
me?
to answer the question, but okay, no problem.
Wallah, I didn't hear because my internet was lagging.
No problem. Okay. So then here, guys, we pass to the third type of chemical reaction, which is, let's see here. Okay. Single replacement reaction. Okay. So who can tell me what I mean by single replacement reaction? Yes, Kinsey? Kinsey?
Will be at one element will
Yep.
replace to another element in one compound.
Good. Okay. Once an element replace another element in a compound. Okay. So what that mean? We have a compound, a pair like Fred and Petty. Okay. And then once he met, okay, the other, this one, I don't remember her name. Okay. So what happened? She substituted, okay, Petty. Yes. Do you remember the video?
Yes.
She
Yes.
replaced the place. Okay, take it place. So let's take here. We said the single replacement reaction. One element replaces another element in a compound. Okay. So for example, here we're gonna find the iron react with copper sulfate. So it ends with iron sulfate and copper. So what happened? Who can tell me what happened in this? Okay, equation, guys, or that reaction? Who can tell me? Yes,
Mister,
Judy.
can I say?
Yes. Okay, Hannah.
They got combined.
So what happened? Fe actually, what if it's replaced?
CU.
Cu. So which means the iron replaced copper. Fe replaced copper, or iron replaced copper. So Fa take the place of the copper. Okay, it's combined with sulfate group, so to become FeSO4, and the copper is kicked out. Okay, is it clear? Who can tell me what happens in the second one? Okay, who can tell me what happens in the second equation? Z and zinc reacts with hydrochloric acid, ends with Z and Cl2, zinc chloride, and the hydrogen gas is evolved. So who can tell me what happens here? Yes, Osama?
The Zn replaces the 2H.
Yeah, the Zn replaces the hydrogen. Okay, so we find that zinc is already, okay, take the place of the hydrogen, and it combines with chlorine, forming zinc chloride, and hydrogen is kicked out or evolved out. Okay, so who can tell me what happened in that equation, guys? Okay, yes, Nanu? Yes, what happened here? Look, okay, Ag in all three plus Cu, we find that Cu in all three and Ag. So what happens? Okay, so anyone can tell us? Let's see. Yes, Rashwan?
I was using my hand to answer another question. Yeah.
So just try, guys. What happened?
Okay, the question again?
Yeah, again, here, guys, let's give a chance to your friend. So yes, Rashwan?
The question, miss.
So here we said that 2AgNO3 plus Cu yields CuNO3 by 2 plus 2Ag. What happens in that reaction?
Copper replace silver.
Copper replaces silver. Good. Here, good, Nano. So we find that copper takes the place of silver. It takes the silver out and combine with nitrate. So to produce copper nitrate. You get it? Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
So like this, we know three patterns of chemical reaction. Okay, synthesis, decomposition, and single replacement. So what is the manner that, or how the equation of a single replacement look like? It replaced the single replacement look like once a compound react with a single element. Okay, so compound plus single element yields a new compound and a new single element. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so whatever any chemical equation that you find a single element is already reacting with a compound to produce two new products, so of course it's a single replacement reaction. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, but actually guys, here we're gonna have a very important question, okay, that you're gonna search for its answer. I'm gonna receive your answers next session, inshallah. My question, does any element able to replace another element? That's mean here copper replace silver, okay? So do you think, okay, if we have another element, for example, gold could replace silver, mercury could replace silver, sodium could, what do you think, any element is able to replace another element or not? What's your opinion? What do you think? Just your thinking.
No.
No, of course, okay, not element can replace another element. So this kind of replacement, what element that is able to replace the other element, that will be your, okay, search today. I need you to find how elements could replace each other, or why elements replace each other, or based on what certain elements could replace each other. Okay, guys? Okay, is it
Mister, I
clear?
have a question.
Yes, Nan, of course.
يعني what is the point of
Yep.
like replacing if it's going to be the same elements?
No, it's not big on the same elements. For example, here in that reaction which you answered, Nano, after this reaction, I could get a pure silver, but actually in the beginning it was not pure. It was combined with another. Okay, you get?
Okay, I understand.
So,
Yes.
so like this, okay, we already obtained new compounds. Maybe this new compounds we needed in certain purpose or whatever we needed. Okay, you got an idea?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So again, your task today, you are going to tell me next session, the beginning of session, based on what do some elements could replace other elements, okay?
Mr. I think like
Okay.
for example, not sodium cannot replace gold. They're not the same.
So think and you go through the internet, okay, and within your textbook and so on, and you actually are going to find the answer. So we agreed that not all elements could substitute other elements. Some elements substitute others. So based on what? That's what you're going to tell me next time. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, is it clear for
Mr.
everyone? Yes, Yusuf.
Mister, do we make sheet 1 for homework today?
What?
Do we make sheet 1?
No,
Worksheet 1?
just make the task which I asked for you, okay? And once I upload the sheet, you're gonna find an SMS, okay?
Okay, thanks, Mister.
Okay. So guys, just study this part from your textbook and try to find the answer of the question which I asked, and then we're gonna continue next time, inshallah. So any other question for today's lesson?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I think it's
Mr.
easy, yes?
The lesson is finished?
What? No, listen, it's
The
not
lesson.
finished. No.
Oh, okay.
So, any other question, guys?
No,
No,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.